And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel, and of course, co-leader of the team, Still Unboomable. There is the team. Our real-life leader is, of course, Miss Boom Bitch Angie, and None Defense is... well, where the hell is he? There he is, way down there at 450 victory points. And of course, I'm on the account Grublet. We, here on Still Unboomable, we are working on Curtain Call. We have 13 attacks left. 3 of them are mine. That's Bartholomew, Blueberry, and None Defense. I'll work on that later. But this is a specific video for a different team, and let's start that process now. My task force, we are leaving. Goodbye. Thank you. It was fun. Alrighty, and we are now going to another team. If I can get it pulled up here. Here we go. They are called Attack Masters. Pretty easy to find if you know what you're looking for. Here they are. No, wait, what just happened? I just did that. Attack Masters. Did I not click join? There it is, join. Yeah, is that them? Yep, that's them. Well, alright, cool. So, anyway, I joined this team the other day. A few days ago. I'll tell you briefly what got my attention. Is the leader of the team, is a female, Mrs. Firebase Bravo. We'll call her FB. Excuse me, until, unless she has another name she wants to go for short, but whatever, FB for now. So FB, thank you so much. You were posting on the Boom Beach recruitment page. I also was posting on the Boom Beach recruitment page that day, and that's what got my attention. Is I saw you posting on some of the same ones that I was posting on, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I've got some extra accounts, and I looked over and I saw that there were plenty of empty spots. They had just it seems like they had just recently bumped up from a 25-man team to a 50-man team, so they had plenty of spots. So I sent over Troy, Fancy, Nala, Emmett, Recruiter, and some other ones. I don't know. And some other ones. And of course Grublet. But Grublet's the star. He's always the hero. But anyway, I know Recruiter win. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, so I've been here a couple of days. And let's see. The first day that I got here, they were already working on this, on Powder Keg. They didn't quite beat this one. But then the next one, with all the accounts that I had, we were able to help out and get everything done. So we beat it in 15 attacks, and that was pretty good. Then yesterday, or the day before yesterday, whenever it was, they decided to try Sour Grapes. Sour Grapes, hardest operation they've ever started. And as a team, we managed to beat it. I had my attacks, they had their attacks, and it all came together at the end, and I'm going to show you how it happened. Now, if you remember when we pulled up Still Unboomable, you see that we beat higher level operations regularly. We practice on Curtain Call on Fridays. We are full boost. We have full boosted to beat Dead End. This Friday we're going to full boost, and we are going to beat Deep Cut. So that's our experience. We're pretty good. But as I go through this review, I'm going to give you the best info that I can. Okay, doing reviews for other people's teams sometimes hurts people's feelings because sometimes they don't want to hear things, and that's unfortunate. But I'm going to be honest, never mean, only honest, and just tell you what I see. So, Sir comes from another team, and he volunteered his time to come over and help out, and we appreciate that. There was one concern that I have about Sir, is he said he's scared of sour grapes. I'm not making fun. I'm just being honest. I don't know anybody who should be scared of sour grapes. So I understood Sir's it kind of met Firebase FB in the same way, through the Facebook recruitment page, and he volunteered to come over and help out, and and that's great, and we appreciate your time and all that stuff. But when he said he was scared of sour grapes, that really... to me, that was like a red flag. Just like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're scared of sour grapes? Okay. Well, it was a nice little Scorcher run. So, good job, Sir. I guess. It was a good run. It was a great run. But then he left. He was just, all right, that's my part, and then he left. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. Whatever. if you say so. So, alright. So, small soldiers, I'm going to say this carefully because I know that small soldiers is the husband of FB, the team leader. But I'm going to say this carefully, and I'm going to say it just honestly. We shouldn't have gone tanks here. Totally shouldn't have gone tanks here. Level 6 tanks, while I know when you're going against player bases, it feels like your level 6 tanks are something, right? Well, in my experience, level 6 tanks against operations, you know, anything harder than whatever is just not good. Just we're very anti-tanks. Like, we do use maxed out tanks occasionally on Still Unboomable, you know, for very specific situations, but this is definitely a situation that there is no way in the universe I'm running tanks. If I have a big account, an unlimited gunboat, I'm going to put my Zookas right there, shock, I'm going to take out these two, and then I'm going to flare over here, and one more shock should do it. But again, that's if you have unlimited gunboat. So, as I'm honestly looking at this, just because, and you got to understand, I come from the mindset on our team. We've built around objective-based team building. So, what I would say to you, small soldiers, if you had asked me, if you were on my team and you had asked me, like, hey, what do you think I should do? I would honestly tell you, small soldiers, I don't care what you do, as long as you remove these two rockets. Okay? So, if the rockets were gone at the end of this attack, you had a successful attack, and I don't care how you did it. But if they're still there, then it was a failed attack, and I don't care how you did it. So, you know, I'm just not being mean. I'm just telling you this is how, you know, to get to the level that we've reached, this is kind of how we have to do it. It's all about the objective. There are different ways to accomplish different objectives. That's true. You can use tanks to accomplish a specific type of objective. You can use skanks. You can use warriors. I mean, there's all kind of ways to accomplish an objective, but you need to have very clearly in your mind, you need to know what the objective is, and then how you're going to accomplish it. You know, it's just kind of a group thing. So this is Recruiter. This was me. I should have boosted for this run. It did not work out nearly the way that I wanted it to. You know, but Recruiter small, man. I wasn't, you know, I really was overreaching. I'm not sure, you know, I don't like overreaching. I ran out of shock there. Excuse me. It's not my nature to overreach, but in that situation, I definitely overreached. Okay, so Mr. On Point from Excel, Mr. On Point, if you'd like me to bless your attacks and say, hey, not that you need it, but if you wanted my approval of your attacks, first thing I would tell you is never go in with this troop setup, not ever, under any circumstances, and I don't care what it looks like once we go into it. This is just, task force operations are about focus. Once again, objective based. Know what your objectives are, and then achieve them. So when I'm seeing groups like this, you can't go in with a true objective. You're just going in trying to cause as much damage as you can, and like, that's not very effective. See, right now over here, like, these need to be dealt with. It wouldn't hurt if these were gone in order to set up the beach for the next guy. You know, but I mean, you're going over here, so you feel like, oh, but I got a boom cannon, I did some damage, I did good. And I'm like, you know, let's look at your Zookas, pal. Let's look at, just see what level your Zookas are. Level 18 Zookas, partner, my friend, one on point. If you had just gone in with just those level 18 Zookas, you know, loaded full Zookas, you'd have won that base, brother. You totally would have won that base, because you could have PNP'd with your strength, and you've got strength, and you've got, I assume you have skill, you know, like, you could have beat it. This could have been a winning shot, and you would have gotten the victory on it. Alright, Grublet. Grublet, of course, is me, and this was on Dredge. What I was doing is just setting up the basics. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing. Anybody who's been with us for a while knows that Grublet on Dredge, well, I will often send Grublet back here, let him work these cells, and then use any GBE to start working on clearing all these mines. It's just something you can do with a Grublet. I've done it at every operation level where dredge exists. Dredge popped up on our team on Still Unboomable for curtain call. That was just a I'm ready to get out of there flare, but no retreats. So, but yeah, dredge popped up on curtain call on our team the other day, and it's still essentially almost the exact same layout, and we attack it the exact same way. You know, it's like the bases get harder, but they rarely change. They just get a little trickier, but you know, it's nothing that you can't do. Alright, so we're still on dredge. This is Meezer, this is me. And the reason I went ahead and focused a lot of attention over here on dredge is just in my travels, and maybe this team knows something that I don't compared to other teams that I've worked with, but in my travels I have found that dredge is one of those bases that people will call it, you know, less experienced players will waste so many attacks on dredge, and they'll drop right here and they'll just try to go and fight all this stuff, and they're losing things to these shock launchers left and right, and it's just a crazy thing. So this is a team artillery run on Meezer, and I'm working on these rockets back here. Let's just get out of that. I am a little thirsty. I'm going to take a sip of my beverage, hope you don't mind. It is 6:43 in the a.m. where I am. I am in the Pacific Northwest. Let's see. Well, I'm not in the Pacific Northwest because then I would be wet. So this is Troy on dredge. So we're still sticking to dredge. And again, my main goal here is just to, these are establishment attacks. I'm running establishment attacks. I try not to take the wins unless it's one of those situations where I need to win so somebody else doesn't fail. You know what I mean? Obviously I had no GBE. I put everything on them rockets, and I did. I put it all on the rockets. Rockets. Nala, this is me. I'll be past my attacks in just a moment, guys. Boy, got to get through them. Got to make sure you understand what all happened. We're going to pause. So, we have now cleared all of these mines. Okay, and we have cleared these rockets, and you'll see that these rockets in the back, I'm not even concerned about those rockets in the back. What I want to do, anytime you're running a dredge, you want to just make sure, you really want your ladies to stand right here and get the win, like right at where this cannon is. You want them to stand there. So it's all about knowing, whenever we do high level operations, the first thing that our team has to decide, and whether it's me running the op that day, or Spindrift running the op that day, or Don, or Angie, or whoever the hell's running the op that day, that we all have the same question: where's the Zookas gonna stand? Where are we gonna win from? So that's step number one. Well, in this case, we know we're going to win from, we call it 6 o'clock, but really we want like 6:30, okay? So we want to hug this wall as far as we possibly can. So now, these things up here, we're going to fight those, and I'm going to show you how we did it. No fear, not afraid to fight the stuff up front. That's why we bomb the stuff in the back, because we're not scared to fight the stuff up front. I'm going to show you how we did it. Okie dokie. Now, a lot of people on this team were very nervous. You know, this is their first time taking on sour grapes. Don't blame them. You know, I'm sure we've lost to sour grapes, you know, a few times in our past, you know, as we were building up, you know, figuring it all out. Alright, pause. I'm going to pause that. So what I did, for all of you, for any members on this team that have decided, you know what, None, maybe he's on to something with this whole Zooka thing, so I'm going to try it. Don't, and I've seen this so many times, don't drop here, drop a smoke there, and then just drop all your troops and then flare there. Don't do that. It's very specific here. This is teaching, and I want you guys to know this, so if anybody who tries it, you've been taught, you've been shown the way. So we're going to see everything. Flare to the corner. Drop. I'm dropping 2 smokes. So drop, drop, drop. I'm not dropping them all at once. Just carefully, boom, boom, then I'm putting out that next smoke. I'm waiting on that 3rd smoke so it doesn't run out on me. Okay, that's why I'm waiting. Then I flare to there. It's all about just working. Remember, these are low levels. If I had went in with one of my main accounts, None Defense, Bartholomew, Blueberry, Mishi, whatever, like we could have really done some serious damage here. But for a low level, and I'm pretty sure Nolly was unboosted, this was a really good run. Managing to, sneak the beach, get 2 rockets, pretty good. Hey, I even grabbed a sniper there. Didn't really need the sniper, but I got it, so whatever. Not going to complain about it. Okay, so I hope everyone understands what just happened. So if you don't believe that way to drop Zookas is the proper way to do it, well then let's watch me do it again, and you'll see that, yep, that's definitely the way to do it. 2 smokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there are other ways to drop your Zookas, and over time you'll learn them all and whatever. If you watch this channel, especially on the days that we're going over the operations that we do at our high levels, and we'll definitely be more than happy to show you a wide variety of ways to land your Zookas, but we're sticking with our Zookas on our main team. We just are. We are not doing anything else. Nice little shock there. See, as you can see, I'm just handling business. That's all. Just handling business. Just letting them go in there, do their thing. I mean, it's hard to complain about that. We almost got that last shock launcher. We got 2 rockets. Did we pop it there? No, it didn't pop it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, we set it up. So that's how you do it. Okay? So, I don't remember what it was, but Real Life popped up and it was like, hey, None, you've got to go do some Real Life for a little while. So I had to get off of Boom Beach. But so from here, really to here, no, here, I don't know. There was just a point where I was off of Boom Beach, but then at some point I jumped back in on Princess. So we'll get through that. Alright, so FB, you went in with level 10 tanks. Congratulations, your tanks are stronger than your husband's. My wife has also that same bragging rights. Her tanks are max, whereas my tanks are like level 10, which is where yours are. Tanks are terrible in ops. So I'm sorry, I have to say that. And I'm not saying that you're not great people, and I'm not saying that there aren't places where tanks can have some effectiveness and all of that stuff. But tanks are terrible for ops. They just really are. I love them for player bases. Well, I don't use them for player bases. I'm a rifle user. But that's just me. But I know from my teammates that, you'd be a fool if you're to ignore the power of tanks when you're clearing your map. So yes, tanks are certainly very, very useful. But on the base like this, anything, talking to the same thing that I said to small soldiers in terms of objective-based task forcing, for you, FB, if you're going in and as strong as you are and you're asking me, if you were asking my permission, and you weren't, and you don't need to, I'm just saying, just for teaching purposes, if I was explaining. If you ask me, hey, no, what do you think I should do? Do you think I should attack Excel? I'm going to tell you, FB, the only way I'm letting you attack on Excel is if you win. There's no reason you can't win there. You know what I mean? And in this case, once again, I have to keep mentioning Zookas. It's just because I played on teams. On our team, we've beaten Dead End. We're going to be beating Deep Cut. Many of our teammates have other teams that are even higher level, and they travel and practice with them and then come back to us and teach us their tricks. So we've got a lot of traveling happening. We've got guys that go down to teams. We've got guys that go up to teams. It happens in both directions. But in any of those teams, this has to be a win. On this base, this attack, right now, this has to be a win. Now, a hookah would have been fine. You could have won with a good, strong hookah. A good hookah medic could have done it. And you almost got it with tanks. But even if you got it with tanks, I'd still give the same speech, FB. I'm just really anti-tanks in op. All right, Ralph TMT. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. I'm not a fan of tanks. Not a fan of tanks. Let's see how he pulled this off. Now, many of these attacks I have not seen. Okay, we're definitely wasting GBE on those boom cannons there. That's definite waste. Okay, we gotta shock those cannons, bro. Shock those cannons, bro. Bro. Thank you. Let's save that GBE and do that a little sooner. Oh, poor guy. Okay, Ralph, I got to get out of this. It just breaks my heart too much to stick around with that. Dredge was wide open, and it's really, yeah, it's heartbreaking when something's just sitting there, and then, you know, we have to go in and tank it, and then do nothing. So, you tanked Dredge. Benham attacked Excel. Hookah. Now, I do like a strong Hookah. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did he win? Did he win? Anything less than a win, I'm really getting upset. Like, not like I'm going to kick him or make a fit about it in chat. I'm just explaining, once again, comparing to how we do things on the big team. It's all about objectives. Objectives. So when I see this and I see that he went Hookah and he didn't win, I want to know why. Like, I need to know why. How can you not win this question? Also, we've got to get better at smoking off the corner. Smoking off the beach. Another thing to just be aware of, guys, if the only thing you do on an op that day is open a beach, you've done something. Oh no, Benham, this was a win, brother. You won this base. Like, it was right there. FB won it, and then Benham won it, but it's still standing, and that's a problem. And then Prince Dunn, what did you do on the same base? Prince, come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing? How's this even possible? What are we doing, Prince? So it's stuff like this that, you know, you have to forget. I mean, everyone should get frustrated at stuff like this. You know, there was no need for this attack. Like, what are you looking at? Level 7? Okay, you're a low guy. I respect that. You feel like you couldn't do much. I respect that. You know, I don't know. Like, you know, something. We definitely could have done something better than that. Let's see. Alright, so, Princess. This is when FB messaged me and just asked if I can jump on and go ahead and just put this thing away with Princess, and nobody else would put any attacks on it. So I was like, yeah, I got a few minutes. I can do that real quick. So I didn't chat or nothing. I just grabbed Princess, already had her loaded Zookas, you know, just kind of skimmed the whole thing. And, you know, this is what happened. You're seeing it. You're watching what happened. Nothing to it. And then just shock coming out of that. Pop. There you go. Yay. Alright, so there you go. I did that. And I was back off Boom Beach. I went. Had to get out of there to finish whatever I was doing. Alright, so then now that that's off the board, Garrett. We're going with the Hookah Medic, which I support, and going with low-level Scorchers. Level 2 sucks. I'm sorry. They just do. They just do. And again, it's not me saying that you're terrible people. In fact, I'd say you're really great people. You just haven't quite learned that tanks and Scorchers suck in operation, especially at the lower levels. Now, once they're maxed, you'll have more opportunities for them. But even then, you'll find that they are not the go-to for many teams. They're more like the reserve. Like, when Zookas won't work, go Scorchers, you know, and when Scorchers won't work, go tanks. Or when, you know, tanks won't work, well, really, tanks is last on the list. I would put a Hookah, send a Hookah in before a tank. You know, if I have all things, I can't do it. Oh, we skipped Ristos. I do want to watch Risto. I didn't mean to skip Risto. So what are we doing here? Pause it. Oh, pause. Okay, so just based on that, I'm assuming he wants to go left, or excuse me, go right. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good call. I wouldn't mind, you know, sneaking over here and taking out these rockets and then just winning from over there. But this way is a way, so I'm not going to criticize that. So, good, in fact, good call, Risto. you saw what you saw, and that's okay. So there's nothing wrong with going right there, but we do want to give you the full benefit. I didn't mean to get out of your attack, so let's watch the whole thing and see how it went down. Okie dokie. So we're bombing there. That what you just did, we call that team artillery, which means everybody would be, you know, working on bombing that. Okay. All right. We were on the right track, and then we got off the right track. So when I was just looking at your bomb work before you dropped your troops, what I saw in my mind was drop way over here, destroy this, you know, fight this stuff, reflare over here, fight this stuff, you know, and then at that point, then you've got some shocks saved up, and you can actually start, you know, shocking this stuff and fighting this stuff. So my point is, if you're going to do this attack, hug the wall, clear the wall, and come at it from this side, and then these rockets never even look at you. You dig? You dig. I think he digs. I hope he digs. You know, but all in all, it was a great decision to go right. It was poor execution to do it the way you did it, but, you know, whatever. Alright, so did we watch Garrett on Mercury? I mean, we were discussing it. I hate the troop combination pause. So without seeing this thing, if it's my team and I'm required to choose the direction that we're going to go, quick glance, I'm definitely going left. Wait. Yeah, definitely going to go left. I'm going to drop over here. I'm going to destroy all this stuff in one shot. I'm going to go barrage to clear all this stuff up. Next attack, I'm going to sneak right there. I'm going to target this grappler. Next attack, I'm going to sneak all the way right back there, and I'm going to get all 3 of these rockets. Then the next attack, the series of attacks, is just a matter of cleaning off this side, ignore these rockets. You know, that's the play that I'm calling. So, if I said all that a little too fast, forgive me. Going Zukas. Clear here, barrage, sneaking Zukas right here to take out this shield grappler. Next attack, I'm sending him right here to take out all of those rockets. Okay, and I'm doing all that with Zukas because that's just what I do. Yeah, that's what the team does. And I still haven't watched it. So Garrett, goddammit, we're gonna watch your attack. Excuse the language. This YouTube is not intended for children. There's plenty to learn, you know, from a child. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't have, and we're going to the wrong side. Okay. Yeah, I've seen this a lot. Teams get scared of boom cannons and such, and don't be scared of boom cannons, man. The best way, if you have a fear of boom cannons, then what I want you to do is I want you to fight them. I want you to fight every boom cannon you see from now on, and I want you to learn that boom cannons are not something to be afraid of. You position and you fight them and they're gone. That's boom cannons. But not with tanks. Don't do it with tanks. Tanks suck. In op. But Garrett, overcome. We're not even going to watch that. That just break my heart. Doom attack distortion. So let's see. Excuse me, what Doom did. So we're definitely more exposed on the right side now. So hopefully he's going to follow what I was saying earlier and actually, you know, catch around the edge here. So far we're looking good. Just for the record, I'm not even bombing that shock launcher, especially if I'm running hookah. Hell no, I'm not bombing a shock launcher when I'm running hookah. I'm just going to position properly to make sure my Zukas don't get hit. You know, but whatever. I'm big on fighting things, guys. Just see if you haven't figured out what the common denominator is. Bomb the things you can't fight. Fight the things that you can. You know, if it's right up there and you can fight it, fight it. If it's way in the back or way tucked in a corner, it's going to be annoying to get to. Bomb it. You know. But if I can reach it, if I can get my troops to it, I'm fighting it every time. And if you were on my team and I was training you to op at our level, you're going to fight it too. You know, you're going to fight it. You're going to have to fight it, because I'm not going to let you be on our team if you're scared to fight, because that won't work. That's not conducive for anybody. Hey, good use of smoke, bad use of medics, but whatever. Alright, so he's going to get in position. He's going to get the win. Not much exciting happening there. We're not going to make you stare at that for 2.5 minutes. Moving on. Who was that anyway? That was Dune. No, that was General. Thank you, General. Alright, Firebase Bravo. Ow. Level 3 tanks. I promise you, darling, even a low-level medic, or excuse me, a low-level hookah medic or low-level regular hookah, you decide which is best for you, but I promise it's better in operation. And I know it's annoying to swap troops to attack. Trust me. I know. But a low-level hookah is going to do infinitely better here than this. It's just going to do better, because you could have flared right over here, you could have fought all this stuff, you could have repositioned, you could have shocked right here, which would have got these mortars, the flamethrowers, and that boom cannon. You could have fought all of that. You then could have like maybe repositioned and catch all this, and the whole time these rockets never even looked at you. So there you go. There you go. Low-level hookah is better than low-level tanks. It just is. It just is. It just is. Gold Dust. Love the name. Love the wrestler. Dustin Reynolds. He was awesome. Okie dokie. What are we doing here? So he's bombing. Pause. Here's another tip that I've learned from experience. Pick a target and bomb that target. Okay? Don't spread. You see, oh, I need to bomb these rockets to help out my teammates. Well, it'll be more help for your teammate to put both barrages on that one. You know what I mean? So if you're going to use bombs to bomb things, pick your one target and stick to that, and in that way it's gone, and then your next teammate, he can pick a target and he can stick to that one. But if you're spreading out, I've seen it, it can turn into 4 or 5 attacks, and you still have these defenses standing because everybody's just throwing 1 or 2 here or there. Focus. So if you've decided already, I'm going to bomb the hell out of that rocket and then drop here and die, do that. Bomb that rocket. But don't spread it out. It does us no good to spread out. Alrighty. So let's go back to watching. So we're spreading our damage. I don't like it. Big believer in, see, like, you could have beaten it, like, right then. You see what I'm saying? Pause. Does everyone see what I'm saying here? Alright? Because he spread his damage, okay, he still has 2 rockets to deal with. He could have focused his damage, and he would only have 1 rocket to deal with. That's why. So, please, friends, didn't mean to get out of there. Please don't hear this and think, oh, he's just bitching because blah, 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 blah. No, I'm explaining. It's just math, man. Like, if you're going to bomb, pick your one target and bomb that target. Now, if it's a group of targets that you can hit all with one bomb, even better. But pick that, stick to it. Don't spread around. It doesn't do anybody any favors. Like, this rocket should have never even looked at you. It should have already been gone. It should have been gone before you even landed. Like, it really should have been. And that would have set you up so much better. But whatever. That's how it went. In the end, you got the rocket, and that's great. Alright. Frank, I don't know what happened. It's not my team. But if anybody got caught sabotaging on our team, that's a pretty quick way out the door. I do know that you got demoted, and thank goodness. Why are we going in? Now, if you're upgrading a landing craft, and that's why you're stuck with this tank, that's fine, I guess. That does happen. It does happen if you're stuck with the tank, so I'm not going to criticize. Let's just assume that that's the case. Wait, no. No, you meant to do this. That's a lot of tanks, bro. You meant to go in with that troop. Tank medic, tank hookah medic? No. Yeah, you got the win there, pal, but clearly it was everybody else who did all, like, the hard work. So a guy as strong as you with level 20 heavies, level 19 Zookas, level 6 medics, level 13 tanks, like, you should be good enough and talented enough to know that your troops aren't benefiting each other. Yeah, they aren't. Like, they just aren't benefiting each other. So I would definitely either go with your hookah medic. It's a very established troop, very effective. You can do a lot with it, very versatile. or go with your tank medics, you know, and that's versatile and that's useful and that has its own thing. Now, not in op. I don't want to see tanks in op. I just don't. And there's another one. Another tank in op. And that's, you often see that. Is one person does it and everybody else is like, hey, that's a good idea. Well, nobody, and everybody copies the same good idea. Well, what happens when that good idea that everyone's copying turns out to be a bad idea? Case in point, you know, mixing troops. You know, there's really not a good reason to do it. I mean, there, of course, are situations. Well, what we got here? We got hookah, we got rifle, we got Zookas, we got medics, we got... Oh, there are no medics, but there are tanks. You know, it's like... But nobody's benefiting from this. This is like this. No, nobody can show me this attack and convince me that this was a good use of troop distribution or whatever the proper term is. That's just not how it goes. I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, don't mix your troops. Like, pick what you're gonna do and do it. On our team, we recommend going all Zookas or Warriors or whatever, but you know, either way, don't mix them around because you're not benefiting from that. Okay, so Okis destroyed Distortion. Let's see how he did it. Going with a Hookah Medic. Love it. Love a Hookah Medic. Hopefully he's just going to position here and take the win. We'll find out. For those of you new to this channel, this finger dot, that's my finger. No. What are we doing? Why are we spreading out? Why are we spreading? Okay. A little more control, little brother. A little more focus, a little more, you know, or detail orientation. But all in all, well, I'm going to be honest, I have to call this an accidental victory, you know, because it worked. Okay, it did work. You did get the win. And you didn't have any tanks, so for that, I'm grateful. Alright, Nizate attacked Mercury. Thank goodness he's going in hookah, so I don't have to, you know, poke fun at his tanks. So we're, you know, still working over here on the right side. What's the plan, Nizate? Excuse me. Wow. I do smoke marijuana. I live in Washington State. It's totally legal here, so don't judge me. Wow, but that hit was harsh. Like, that was harsh. Woo! Wasn't expecting that. Alright, so that was that. And then yesterday morning, I woke up and I saw that, excuse me, and I saw that Firebase had messaged me and asked if I was available to go ahead and finish things off. I believe I had 1, 2, maybe 3 attacks left, I'm not sure. But it turned out I only needed 1. So let's show you how I did it. Excuse me. Wow, that was harsh. Like, wicked harsh, as they would say in Massachusetts. Chooses? I like Tucius. Because I don't give 2 shits about Tucius. You see what I did there? Alright, so anyway, I get the final position. And this also, excuse me, was an accidental win. In terms of only had like a few left. But I had a couple of attacks left. So, I mean, I could have gone in behind it. Didn't need to. Yay. Twirling my finger in the air in fake celebration. So there you go. Excuse me. So that's it, team. That was how the team Attack Masters managed to beat. What was it? Sour grapes. Sour grapes. I don't recommend going stronger than sour grapes right this moment. Because I can tell you, based on everything that I've seen, you're not going to beat Bottleneck with low-level tanks in the mixes. You know, you're just not. You're just not. You're not going to beat, you know, you beat sour grapes, and that's good. You know, and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't even like all my attacks saved the day. It wasn't, but, you know, when you're looking back on your reviews and you just be like, well, how many attacks were wasted or how many attacks were not necessarily wasted, but maybe only half as effective as they could be. Well, you look at those, and then you kind of do the math, and then you're like, man, do we really have what it takes to get past bottleneck? As of this moment, based on this op review, I'm going to say no. I'm just going to say no. Now, y'all can prove me wrong. Go ahead, prove me wrong. I'm okay with that. I like being proven wrong. But what often happens whenever a team tries to prove me wrong, I usually get proven right. So, just be aware. And I've traveled on thousands of teams since the beginning of Boom Beach, or the beginning of task forces, and I've been all over, and I've seen them all, and I'm just telling you what works. There you go. So I hope nobody hears this and thinks, oh, he's so mean, we want to do it our way. I mean, that's fine, and you can. You can do that. But I offered an op review. There you go. I suggested things you can improve on. So if nothing else, let's not mix troops, please. Let's get those tanks out of there, and let's learn something else for operations. Okay? If your tanks aren't maxed, I don't want to see them in operation. I mean, again, these aren't rules. I'm just throwing general ideas for improvement. Yes, I'm definitely not using tanks in operation. I'm not big on grenades, but that's a conversation for another day. Really, at this point, I would say, everybody, why don't you just learn how to properly run a hookah medic? Just kind of keep it simple. Like, get really good as a team at hookah medic and just clearing wall, opening beach, clearing the wall, positioning for the win, clearing the zone, taking the win. I would really recommend that, but I don't spend enough time over this team to dedicate much time to like enforcing or anything. So y'all will continue to do whatever it is that you're going to do, and y'all handle it however you choose to handle it. I've done my part. I guess I'm done. I'd be more than happy to answer questions and help out however that I can. I've offered to Firebase, the leader, and I'm putting it out there. Any of you guys are welcome to come visit our team, Still Unboomable. Look at our replays, talk to our guys, ask questions, whatever it is that you want. And this is not recruitment. I mean, yeah, we're looking for people, but we're looking for people on the other end of the spectrum. You know what I mean? So no offense, but there's really not many people on this team that quite qualify for the big team as of right now. Because if you came to the big team, we'd have to give you a complete retraining, which is fine. We don't mind doing that. But that's not what we're doing. What I'm offering is there are spots on our team that anybody who wants to come see our replays and wants to learn something can come and look. Okay? Come over and look. You can come back to Attack Masters when you feel you've garnered enough information to prepare yourself for whatever. Come back and show off, whatever. I don't mind helping. We are a teaching team, and we've helped a lot of teams by doing that, by allowing them to come over in groups with their other leaders, look at our replays, op with us a couple of days. It kind of gives them a feel of what it is that we're trying to achieve, and then they can go back to their team and start trying to duplicate those results. It's a process, We love helping out everybody, so that's what's going on. All right, so I've rambled on. I want to thank you all so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with us. To Firebase Bravo, I want to thank you so much for letting Grublet and my other accounts hang out here with us. To everyone on the team, thank you so much for your participation in the operation. I hope at least a handful of you, take some of this advice, because it's only your team that's going to improve from it. It's not going to improve my life even one little bit, whether or not you guys win ops, lose ops. That doesn't affect me at all. So I give the advice in hopes that you'll take the advice, because you will benefit from the advice. Not me. It doesn't really matter. Okay, that's it. So, thank you, friends, and please remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, please be safe. Thank you.